there's a couple of things that I think can happen. If I'd heard some things that maybe Billy Bowman was close to being done for the year. Then I've heard some things that maybe he might be able to get back next week or after the bye week. So I think if Billy Bowman's back and he's relatively healthy, I think that helps solidify some things on the back end of the defense. So I think that gets allows you to get a little bit better there. I think when you look at if you get I think Robert Spears Jennings Jr. like getting him in the game from a youth perspective is helpful. They tackled better today. I mean, if they can continue to tackle in space a little bit better, then they can potentially get there. They need something from the front four. I mean, I think that's what they need to have to be able to play a little bit better on defense. They've got to get some kind of pressure on the quarterback, and they're just not generating any pressure whatsoever on the quarterback. And so if they continue to not be able to do that, then they're not going to get any better, in my opinion. But they've got to be able to somehow, whether it's some of their games or twists up front, get other guys in there, whatever it might be, they need to be able to generate some sort of because the secondary is not going to be able to cover for that long. So I think that's the way corrections that you get a little bit better, without a doubt. Ron, yeah, there's not very many people that I would not trust against this defense. I mean, Jason Bean is an okay quarterback. I mean, he's not great or anything like that, but I do, um, and he threw 4 touchdowns. I knew he threw a couple of interceptions as well. One was just an outstanding play by C.J. Colden, but one was just not a very good pass by him that was read. So um, I think that Oklahoma made a couple of good defensive plays on that, but aside from that, he did pretty much whatever he wanted to do. And so yeah, I just don't have any confidence that this team can hold anyone under 40 points the rest of the year. I mean, maybe Iowa State, because Iowa State is probably, I would say, um, I don't know if the worst offensive team in the league, but the least explosive team on offense in the league. So you've got some certainly you've got some opportunity to maybe hold them to within 40, which is, I mean, at this point that just has to be the goal for this team. If you can hold a team under 40 and just mix in a few stops here and there, then you give yourself a chance. So um, I mean, I think the good thing for Oklahoma is it's not a Thursday night game. It'll be a Saturday game, so obviously that helps, and in that situation. So, but we'll see. What other questions or comments um, does anyone have? And you're absolutely right. Um, Corrections, um, you are without a doubt correct. Oklahoma has not um, has made every quarterback look fantastic this year, which is just disturbing trend. So um, there's nothing positive that comes out out of your mouth, Norwooding. I mean, I think defensively this is a terrible team. I think offensively this team is serviceable and is good enough with Dylan Gabriel in to win, but the defense will just not let them at this point. Um, why would Venables not take over the defense other than stubborn pride? And I don't know. I mean, maybe he is taking over the defense, but and maybe it's at this point that he's lost it. He's lost the defense. Um, so yeah, we'll see how this continues to go. So um, yeah, I mean, Kansas is, they show the Kansas has played really well up to this point. Now they're not playing quite as well the last couple of games. I mean, they still were in the game against TCU, had a good chance to win the game, but they did not, obviously did not get it done, and so we'll see if they can what they can do to be able to, to make that happen. But they've got so Kansas. I mean, they're in the same boat that Oklahoma is. They've got a couple of they've got what 4 or 5 games left to get to bowl eligibility, and they just need one. Oklahoma still needs two, but they just need one. Which I mean, obviously, different expectations for both of these programs. Kansas would be just absolutely thrilled to get to bowl eligibility, and Oklahoma. I mean, I think where they're at now, they would be thrilled. Obviously, at the beginning of the year, they could care less if they just got to a bowl. The goals was to win it. The goal was to win a championship, and obviously they're not there yet. So we'll see how that continues to go. You know, after Oklahoma licks their wounds a little bit and has a week off heading into the stretch run of these last 5 games. So